Osiris.
We're mass communicating. Mass communicating. Mass communicating.
Welcome back to Touchdowns All Day. I'm your host, Max Dawson, and it is Thanksgiving week. The band is fresh off tour, resting, recuperating at home with their loved ones. Rather than taking a week off the podcast, I thought I would take this opportunity to throw together a little Thanksgiving mini episode. It's going to be light on talk and no interviews or guests. It's going to be heavy on music, and the theme is going to be acoustic performances. Jon and Aron have two mostly acoustic shows scheduled for December 4th and 5th at Iridium in New York City. And in honor of those upcoming performances, I thought I would go back into the Plan C archives and dig up some fun, obscure, weird, interesting, and beautiful acoustic performances from the last 26 years. So consider this your Thanksgiving playlist, something that you could throw on in the background while you're preparing Thanksgiving feast or entertaining friends and family, just some nice mellow tunes to soundtrack your holiday weekend. 424-666-SIYD, number to call, Touchdowns All Day hotline. You can also get Jon at BarberShreds and me at FY Maxwell on all social platforms. We'd love to hear from you. Love your input on the show, your covers, your questions. Hit us up. Throughout this episode, you'll hear snippets of Aron Magner's 2020 Friendsgiving performance. It's available on YouTube on Aron's personal YouTube page, and if you haven't listened to it yet, I strongly encourage you to. One last note, I'm going to intersperse some of the things that I'm thankful for into this episode. I'm going to start out, of course, with the band itself. I am thankful for the Disco Biscuits, Marc, Aron, Alan, and Jon. Thankful for the passion and intensity and work ethic that they have brought to the band this year. Just look at the numbers for this year, 75 shows already in the books. That does not include 3 full band tractor beam performances. We've got a 4-show New Year's run coming up in Silver Spring and Philadelphia. The band's debuted 7 new original songs in 2024, 8 if we include the reworked Champions, which Marc is now calling Sirens Sing. Countless covers in both the Disco Biscuits and Tractor Beam incarnations. In addition to this relentless touring schedule, the band has also been in the recording studio quite a lot, most recently during the New England run. And that run came with one of the most impressive stats of the entire year. The band played 5 nights straight, went into the studio for 2 straight days of 12+ hour recording sessions, full band, full crew, Rolling Stone style, then went back out on the road for 5 more shows. 12 straight days without a day off. Even more impressive when you consider that in the last days off that the band actually had, Aron Magner didn't take the days off. He hopped on a plane, flew to the West Coast and played a bunch of gigs, flew back east and met up with the band. So Marc, Aron, Alan, and Jon, thank you. Not only on behalf of myself, but on behalf of everyone out there who loves the Disco Biscuits. All right, let's get to the music. First up today is the earliest known recording of a solo acoustic Jon Gutwillig performance. This is from Melstock 1998. At both of the Melstock festivals, Jon performed late night campfire sets, solo acoustic or duo acoustic, as we'll discuss in a moment. In this first performance, there were a lot of interesting, fun moments. Everything is rough around the edges, and Jon is prone to, in these acoustic performances, play song fragments, work in progress, even to improvise tracks to poems in his journals. Well, here is an instance where someone in the crowd, I can't quite make out who it is, calls out for Barber to play a song that, well, hasn't been played before and won't be played for another 6 months. It is a very incomplete fragment. Excuse the quality. This is actually from a VHS rip, But this is an important historical document. Not only is it, again, the first known acoustic barber performance, but it's also the first ever recorded version of the hot air balloon.
I got it on film. I'm getting it all.
Alright, this is a request. Okay.
Jason, yeah.
This is a working tune.
Come back and smoke a bowl.
A little bit different than the last two.
Dude, I can't get up there. There's no room.
It's more of like a... They're all love songs, but this is more of like a... the first song was like when you fall in love. The second one was sort of like when you're missing it. And then this sort of like is when you get it back together. So I guess it was a pretty good order.
Crosses the sea. Once an airship tycoon turned buffoon, leaving his homeroom, attempting to flee the life he's begun. In the blink of an eye, he spies a spot where he's fantasized, baby to be. Let me do that one again. In the blink of an eye, he spies the shore where he's fantasized his baby to be. Turns his gaze to the skies, he cries, just give me one more try to chase down my dream before I am done. Of an eye, he spies. Time was it flies by before he is done. Turns his gaze to the skies. He cries, just give me one more try before I'm done. Before I go on. And in the blink of an eye, she spies a spot in the starry sky she's been longing to see. Camouflaged by the tide, she hides where the water and wind collide. She's soon to be free, to give her father his son.
At night you start here, go like right 11 o'clock. Like a big night at the same time. It's going like that.
Let's do one more track from Melstock 98. This one, special dedication to Jeremy Sheely. Here's a tune that the Biscuits only played once in 1998, but that appeared in a number of the Jon Gutwillig solo acoustic sets from the late 90s. This one is called Poncho the Cat.
Oh, poor Poncho, I know how you feel. Flat broke in the moonlight, your Mimo disappeared, lying still in the sunrise. I wonder if you recall, 'cause I remember clearly what started it all. Poor Poncho at the window many months ago stares out to the alley through wind drifts of snow. This day he decided to poke through his head and wriggle his body to the edge of the ledge. Did anybody ever see Broadway Danny Rose? You know the part about wriggling? I used it. Poor Poncho reaches paws over the edge of the grate, with the eyes on the ledge holding all of his weight. He scratched with his paws, but the ledge not so large. He slipped towards the ground, flipped his body around, and reached towards the street with his hind open cleats. But he missed towards the bars of the grate with his paws. Poor Poncho landed right on his face. Woke. Poor Poncho, I know how you feel. Flap broke in the moonlight, your Mimo disappeared, lying still in the sunrise. I wonder if you recall, 'cause I remember clearly what started it all. And poor Poncho awoke after hours had passed. He took to the streets and a new life at last. Never one glimpse back at the window he left. Poor Mimo, sleep on the streets. Poor Mimo, remember Poncho. Mimo, your greatest Poncho. Astride on the glittering streets, he was blessed. Poor now Poncho, I know how you feel. Flat broke in the moonlight, your Mimo disappeared, lying still in the sunrise. I wonder if you recall, 'cause I remember clearly what started it all. Poncho at the window many months ago stares out at the alley through wind drifts of snow. This day he decided to poke through his head and wriggle his body to the edge of the ledge. Poor now Poncho reached out his paws, slipped back to the gray where Mimo was at large. He scratched with his paw, but the ledge not so large. Slipped his body around to the edge of the ground, the edge of the ground, the edge of the ground. Poor Poncho.
If you're anything like me, you enjoy hearing early embryonic versions of songs to see where they began, to be able to track the creative process that takes an idea and transforms it into a fully fleshed out composition, which then takes on a life of its own when it's performed on stage by the Biscuits. So much of what we've done on Touchdowns All Day has been about tracing that process. We couldn't have done that this year without the assistance of one of our most frequent guests, closest collaborators, and best friends in the scene, that being Joey Friedman. Joey's rightfully received a great deal of attention in the last year for the tremendous contributions he's made to the band. It's no exaggeration to say, as Marc did himself say from the stage in Buffalo, that Joey effectively saved the band. But one thing you might not know is that Joey also saved Touchdowns All Day, or at least brought it back to life. Joey, along with our good friend Steve Martocci, was responsible for tapping me to take over hosting duties on the podcast. I try to keep the focus on the music and on the band in Touchdowns All Day and not talk about myself all the time, but this being a special episode, I will tell a little personal story here to help explain why I'm so grateful for Joey, his partner Dre, and Steve. As some of you might know, I first started seeing the Disco Biscuits in 1998 and saw them very frequently through 2001. During that period, I worked for the band first unofficially on a volunteer basis, and then as a member of the crew as their archivist and director of digital media. I took a long hiatus from the end of 2001 up until 2021, during which I think I only saw the band 2 or 3 times. In 2019, I reconnected with Barber when I found out that he was living pretty close by to the pretty remote part of Los Angeles that I live in, and we started hanging out, we started podcasting together, we started talking about me coming back to a show. And my first show that I was going to come back to was going to be in March 2020 in Philadelphia. Well, we all know what happened there. It was not meant to be. I did not get to see a show again until the Red Rocks run in May of 2021. Went out there with a few friends from the old days, not really knowing what to expect. After all, it had been 20 years since I really had consistently seen the band. Being at Red Rocks felt like a homecoming of sorts. I remember during the encore, the band played Fiddler, and I teared up. I was hearing the songs of my youth. I was reconnecting with one of the most important parts of my biography after 2 decades away, and it felt really powerful. That weekend, I also met someone who would become a huge part of not only my Disco Biscuits experience, but also my life, and that was Joey. Joey and his partner, Dre, welcomed me with open arms into their home and into their community, and immediately embraced me and took care of me as if they had known me for years. And any of the apprehensions I had about coming back after all this time away melted away really quickly once Joey and Dre showed me that hospitality, began introducing me to people, began introducing me to the songs, and catching me up on everything I had missed in my time away. Meeting Joey and Dre transformed my life. Not only did they get me back into the Biscuits, not only did Joey, along with Steve, come up with the idea that I would make a great host for this podcast, they also introduced me to Avery, my partner, the woman I love, who also happens to be one of Dre's closest, oldest friends. So amongst the many things that I am thankful for, Thanksgiving 2024 is the love and friendship of Joey Friedman, his partner Andrea Rivers, and the life and love that they've given me through introducing me to Avery. Now, this is going to be a weird transition from that very heartfelt expression of gratitude to Joey and Dre and Steve to this next song, which has a very different tone. I was fortunate enough to be at this performance and to have been a part of what was a very special event on January 24th, 1999. This came at the tail end of the first leg of the band's legendary Winter Tour 1999. That run of shows concluded with a very special benefit performance hosted by one of the band's earliest fans and evangelists, a man by the name of Rob S. Turner. The occasion was a benefit for a charity run by Rob's sister, I believe. The location was a storefront art gallery in the tiny town of Natick, Massachusetts. And the program for that evening included the second ever performance of the Disco Biscuits' brand new rock opera, The Hot Air Balloon, as well as a solo acoustic performance by Jon Gutwillig. During that performance, Jon played a number of Biscuits classics in acoustic renditions, but he also played a new song, a song Sketch, that at the time we didn't know what to call, and that we informally titled after one of its most memorable lines. So with that, allow me to present to you 6 or 7 times a day. Jon Gutwillig, January 24th, 1999, Natick, Massachusetts.
I don't know what's going to happen here, so stick with me. Run with me. I was in Los Angeles in late November, and I saw my buddy Matty O.B. And O.B. drives everywhere in the full spirit of Los Angeles. He's from New York, and he used to be a true New Yorker. Now he's in LA, and he's getting all mixed into the crowds. He doesn't smoke anymore, and he's really all being curded out. So I go to LA, and I go to O.B., why don't you drive 20 minutes over to my place, pick me up, and let's go. And O.B.'s like, no, we should both drive. And why should we both drive? He was like, well, that's what happens out here in LA. What happens is you meet me on a certain exit of the freeway, and then we'll go. And he made it sound really attractive. I don't know how he did that, but... So I got in the car, and I went to meet Opie. On the way in the car, I was really getting into this whole LA vibe thing, this like chic, Gucci feel. It's unbelievable out there. You should really go check it out for yourself. I like it there. It's very sunny, very nice. And they have these billboards there. And the billboard is Madeleine Albright on this thing. And it says like, key player. And I know who Madeleine Albright is, but I never thought of her as like the offensive coordinator or anything like that. And they have her all decked out like this, and she's a pretty, strong-looking woman, and she looks huge on this billboard. Her face is as big as this room. So I just wonder about that city. So I wrote a little song. I haven't really set it to music yet, but it's pretty simple stuff. It's sort of like a rap thing. I wish I could do this set with a drum machine instead of a guitar.
No.
This is for Ricky, if Ricky's still here. And I'm also going to dedicate it to my band, who I have this little chord progression, and they keep telling me that it's not something, but I'm convinced it's a Kansas song. So I'm gonna stick this song to that chord progression. And if it sounds like Kansas, you guys could just like leave or something. First you get $1 million, then you get another. Then you buy a car for your sister and your mother. You get a little house for the girlie next door. And every single day you want more. First you get $1, then you get another. Then you take a ride to the city with your brother. You pass down fast on the taxi cab floor, and the very next day you want more. First you get a flower, then you get a garden. You get them right in LA and the cops give you a pardon. You got 25 pills in the top kitchen drawer, and every single day you want more. First you get paid, then you get laid 6 or 7 times by the end of the day. You try and stop it all, you really want to do is score, and every single day you want more.
Another thing that I am so thankful for this year is the generosity of the many people who have come on Touchdowns All Day as guests. And that's included, of course, all 4 band members, Alan, Marc, Jon, and Aron. So many members of the crew, Nick, Rich, Tara, Ben, the aforementioned Joey and Steve, new friends like Derek Cloudcord Van Scoten, Nick Gerlach, and Mike from I Don't Give a Fuck Foods, and some of my oldest friends in the scene. People like Ted Kartzman and Andy Gay Deal, Andy Bernstein, and in an episode that we'll be releasing sometime in the near future, Benji Eisen. Many of you might know Benji from his work with Bill Kreutzmann. He's the co-author of Billy's memoir, and he is the manager and impresario behind Billy and the Kids. Benji's equally well known for his love of fish and for all of the amazing journalism and podcasting he's engaged in around that band for the last 3 decades. But Benji was also one of the first people in the jam band community to adopt and advocate for the Disco Biscuits, and that included not only writing about the band, but also putting on shows with them, including the aforementioned Melstock Festival. In 1999, the band returned to Jason Melham's family farm outside of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, where they once again performed an amazing set, followed by a BARBER acoustic performance. Now, we'll talk quite a lot about that Melstock set in that aforementioned future episode, and specifically we'll talk about the helicopter stunt, during which Benji hired a police helicopter to fly over the venue, dropping glow sticks on the crowd in the midst of everybody's full-on freakout. But today we'll highlight another quieter portion of that weekend's proceedings from that acoustic set, where Jon was joined, unexpectedly, by a member of the crowd, a wook named Tony, wearing a clown suit, who had brought with him a djembe. There are so many great moments from that performance that I could have selected, but I chose to go with one of the ultimate Biscuits rarities, a song that I was fortunate enough to see at my first Biscuit show, but that was only performed twice by the entire band. Here's Jon Gutwillig, accompanied by Why Not the Clown, performing I Didn't Ask for It to Happen, more popularly known as Ida Fith.
This is the BARBER Acoustic Show. Why Not is playing the djembe in some sort of odd clown suit, and I'm wearing your hat. And let me tell you, folks, it just doesn't get any better than this. I had luck one day when I looked through my window. You know, life's a different place when I never really wanted to change. There was a girl standing there, standing still in the sunset, when I had my offhand ways, and they all went drifting away. It took me by surprise, half the day till I found my line in the thick of it all. And as the bird learns to fly, I might have gone to get that diamond ring, and to try it on for size. I painted berries on the wall, brought her in for the grand tour, and as inspiration came, well, I found myself playing the game. And those days in between, well, an oil painting jamboree, so confused but still on the case, it'll all fall right into place. Surprise, half a day till I found my line in the thick of it all. As a bird learns to fly, I might have gone to get that diamond ring, and to try it on for size. It took me by surprise, till I found my line in the thick of it all. But as a bird learns to fly, I might have gone to get that diamond ring, let you try it on for size. Went quickly, and they tried to talk sense into me, but now life was a different place when I never really wanted to change. Mirrors on the wall, brought her in for the grand tour, and as inspiration came, well, I found myself playing the game. Surprise, half the day till I found my line in the thick of it all. But as a bird learns to fly, I might have gone to get that diamond ring, and let you try it on for size. Thanks, guys.
At the end of every episode of Touchdowns All Day, I go through the closing credits where I give thanks to all the people without whom the podcast would not be possible. And the crew is absolutely an essential part of that. Not only does the crew allow the band to be the best version of themselves, I mean, and you can very accurately say a band is only ever as good as its crew, but the band has also made it very easy for me to create this podcast by giving me unfettered access to the backstage area and allowing me to roam freely to collect content, to perform interviews, to shoot video of the band rehearsing for the Touchdowns All Day Instagram account. So a special thanks not only to the members of the crew who have appeared on the show, but to all of them: Dane, Pat, Amin, Ben, Nick, Rich, Brian, Tara, and Herm. These men and women deserve so much recognition for the hard work that they have dedicated to the Disco Biscuits, and I truly believe that they are an integral part of the band's recent success. Our next cut features an impromptu improvised shout out by Barber to a past crew member, one who, like many of the former members of the Disco Biscuits organization, has since gone on to tremendous success. That is, of course, Dan Berkowitz, founder of CID, and more recently, 100X Hospitality. Here's Barber performing Barfly on August 21st, 2002 at the 1616 Club in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I've been kicked and beaten, don't bother me no more. Don't offer me no pillows when I'm just fine here on the floor. I've so many wounds that I hope they'll never mend. But I can raise my glass on for a beer with all my friends. And I'm the barfly, I like to drink, that's what I do. There's this curly girl from Jersey sitting on my right. She'd offer me her leaving, which seems so sweetly wrapped up tight. Then I snatch another whiskey as soon as Berkowitz comes through. The little truth I'm telling her is got nothing directed at you. And I'm the barfly, I like to drink, play some pool. Ocean, my home. I'm living on a life raft alone. The ocean's my home. I'm living on a life raft alone. They call me flat stuck crazy, but I'm just sitting at this bar, flat on my throne. Don't offer me no pillows when I'm just fine here on the floor. I've so many wounds that I hope they'll never mend. And I can raise my glass home for a beer with all my friends. And I'm the barfly. I like to drink. That's what I do. I'm the barfly. I like to drink and play some pool.
So much of the music we have been listening to today has been generously provided to us by an old friend of mine with whom I've recently reconnected through the podcast. That's Jon Goldberg, the band's archivist. Jon assumed archival duties after I departed in 2001, and over the next 2 decades created an amazing repository of the Disco Biscuits live recordings, both those that are commercially available through platforms like Nugs, as well as the vast troves of material that could be found on archive.org. Jon recently bequeathed to me a hard drive containing hundreds of hours of Disco Biscuits performances, including not only the band's full live recorded output, but lots of these rarities and outtakes that we're listening to today, and that we'll hopefully listen to in future episodes. As I was digging through that archive, I came across this performance of a song, fragment or draft, that I don't believe the band ever played again, but if you listen closely, you might recognize in the chord progressions to this song some elements that would appear later in a highly controversial Disco Biscuits studio track. This one's from November 30th, 2002, John Barber solo at B.B. King's Blues Club and Grill in New York, New York. Up until this point, this has been a very Barber-centric episode, but of course we've been listening to the sounds of Aron Magner's solo piano performances in the background during the talk breaks. Aron's had quite a year in 2024. I think so much of the band's sound has been defined by his experimentation with different effects and samples. But Magner has also been an integral part of the songwriting and composing process, as Joey and Jon have discussed at great length. And he's also been a sort of impromptu creative director for projects like Tractor Beam and more recently the 2001 performance. And so I am very grateful for Aron Magner, for the musician and the man. Here's a performance of Spy by Aron and Tom Hamilton from December 28th, 2003 at The Point in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania.
Never get them where you need distorted views of what we all see. How should we accept the plea? Forgiving as the days go by. Forgiving as the days goodbye. past comes out to play. Well, I'm still chasing the sun yet another day. Just like that, I'm on the run, but my past comes out to play. I'm still chasing the sun for yet another day.
One of the truly unexpected finds in my journey into the Plan C archives to create this playlist is the following performance. This is from January 1st, 2004 at BB King's in New York, New York. And it is the duo of Marc Brownstein and Jon Gutwillig running through a collection of Biscuits material that included Plan B, Rainbow Song, Helicopters, Chemical Warfare Brigade, and the following track, Therapy.
Ice cream store, American Dream, a television screen, and a Commodore 64. Two stepmothers and three half brothers, and another one's on the way. Play Donkey Kong till the night goes on, but you never eat dinner with Dad. See the sun. Don't play ball in the early fall, cause your old man never runs. You know he tried and he always comes by 47 minutes late, but he's got a surprise. You get in the car and you hope you go for, and you like the warm look in his eyes.
And you can always go for help. I know a doctor right downtown. And you can always talk to me. There's a doctor you should see. And we can always work it out. There's a doctor in the house. You can always talk to me. And you can always talk to me.
Back in the chair every Monday night, try not to let him notice that you just got high. Drop by, see you look straight ahead. You wish you could have talked to your dad instead. You talk about drugs and you talk about sex, and they give you some paper with the letters RX. Crumble it up and walk out the door, and you toss that shit on the floor. 1, 2, 3,
We can always go for help. I know a doctor right downtown.
1, 2, 3,
You can always talk to me. There's a doctor you should see.
1, 2, 3,
We can always work it out. There's a doctor in the house. And you can always talk to me.
1, 2, 3, got it. Let me give you all the pills.
I know a doctor right downtown.
1, 2, 3, got it.
Always talk to
Let me
me.
give you all the pills.
There's a doctor you should see.
1, 2, 3, got it.
Always work it
Let me
out.
give you all the pills they gave to you. Set you free. 1, 2, 3, got 80. Let me give you all the pills that they gave to me. Set you free. And you can always talk to me. 1, 2, 3, got 80. Let me give you all the pills that they gave to me. Set you free. 1, 2, 3, got 80. Let me give you all the pills that they gave to me. Set you free. 1, 2, 3, got 80. Let me give you all the pills that they gave to me. Set you free. And you can always talk to me. Set you free. You can always talk to me. Set you free. You can always talk to me. There's a doctor you should see.
Another thing that I have to be thankful for in 2024 is the amazing community that exists around this podcast. And that community wouldn't exist without the hard work of Crunk Mike, the original producer of Touchdowns All Day. Mike established not only the podcast, but also the Facebook group around it. And that Facebook group has been a wonderful source of insights and recommendations for me as I put episodes together. If you're not already a member of that community, find it on Facebook. It's a great way to connect with other Biscuits fans, and it's a decidedly different tone than some of the other online forums where people discuss the Biscuits. As I was putting this episode together, as I so often do, I went to the Facebook group to solicit feedback from Touchdowns All Day listeners, many of whom know far more about the band's history than I do. And I was overwhelmed with great recommendations. However, one really bummed me out because I thought that I had found something special that you guys didn't know about. But George Michael, and I don't know your real name, George Michael, but George Michael, a great poster on all the Biscuits fan groups, recommended this one. And it was my ace in the hole. It was the thing that I found that I was the most excited to share with you, thinking that maybe it was an obscurity that people hadn't heard before. But lo and behold, it's on YouTube. Let's not allow that to diminish the fact that this is an absolutely gorgeous performance. This is Barber, accompanied by a female vocalist named Val. We do not know who Val is. We do not know the circumstances of this recording. We just know that Barber and Val recorded an absolutely gorgeous performance of Minions in 2009. And here it is, special dedication to George Michael.
Ready?
Give me a job. I'll work. Damn it, you just gave my slot away.
Work catering. They always need good people to work catering. And you get food, which is cool.
I'll try to play and serve food sometime.
Ready? Here we go. One, two, three.
Another dreamy summer dog day afternoon. Running short of life from chasing after you. People scamper by, all avert their eyes and walk away. Building blocks of mountains hidden in your soul. Script a poem for you while I'm all alone. Thoughts that can't be stopped. My fingers hammer drop and type away.
Twice.
Baby, I'm in space when I'm with you. Floating around, nothing to do. Maybe we can take a walk on the moon. Baby, I'm in space when I'm with you. Floating around, nothing to do. Maybe we can take a walk on the moon.
Are you ready? Scroll it down.
Dreaded.
2, 3, 4.
Saw you look around to see who plays the game. And wishing I had spoken all I had to say. Through your squinted eyes, used to see through my disguise so passively. Tried. Minions winding by and speeding down the road. Tree arms line the street while my arms way below. Hope you'll fall inside and lay beside and float away, away. Baby, I'm in space when I'm with you, floating around, nothing to do. Maybe we can take a walk on the moon. Baby, I'm in space when I'm with you, floating around, nothing to do. Maybe we can take a walk on the moon.
Put some.
Baby, I'm in space when I'm with you, floating around, nothing to do. Maybe we can take a walk on the moon. There's nothing to do. Baby, I'm in space when I'm with you, floating around, nothing to do. Maybe we can take a walk on the moon.
Awesome.
2024 was a year of many highlights and happy celebratory moments, but it was also a year in which we suffered through some very devastating losses. First and foremost, that being the loss of Johnny R. Good, the band's longtime lighting designer. Johnny was a beloved member of the crew and the community, and his loss continues to be felt to this day. I experienced some loss this year as well. My mother passed in March, and I don't think I would have been able to get through the emotions of that period without the band and without this community. A few days after her passing, I made the trip down to Silver Spring for the show on March 8th, 2024. And it was what I needed. I needed that release. I needed that experience. I needed the music, but also even more than that, I think I needed the embrace of the community that I love so much. And so I am so grateful that we are here for one another through both the good moments and the hard ones. Matt Grace, former crew member and forever friend of the band and community, wrote in requesting this one. And I think it's a fitting way to end this episode. This is a performance by BARBER, Worcester, Massachusetts in 2018 of Harvest Moon, the Neil Young song. Matt wrote in and explained that he had suffered a terrible personal loss right before this set and had gone to this show much in the same mindset that I was at that Silver Spring show, looking to the music and the community for that sense of release and healing. I told Matt that I would dedicate this performance to him and his friend's memory, and he made a very beautiful and magnanimous gesture and encouraged me to not do that, and instead to, and I'm going to quote him, make it for everyone to think about the ones that we've lost along the way and to remember all the wild times, the ups and downs, and how we just loved to dance, and how maybe we were just crazy from the start. He concluded his message with this: the unce is the beat in our hearts that keeps us going, even when it's acoustic. I couldn't imagine a better way of putting it myself. So, Maddie, thank you, and thank you all for listening to this episode.
just like children sleeping. You can see the night away. But there's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the light. You know where the music's playing. Let's go out and feel the night. I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. 'Cause I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. Strangers, I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, I gave you all my heart. But now it's getting and the moon is climbing high. I want to celebrate, see it shining in your eyes. 'Cause I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. 'Cause I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. On this harvest moon. On this harvest moon.
All right, to play us out for the credits, here's the Disco Biscuits full band acoustic performance, May 27, 2010, Boulder, Colorado, the Flash Mob, outdoors, the tail end of Spectacle. Touchdowns All Day is an Osiris Media production. Check us out on the web at www.touchdownsallday.com. This and every episode of Touchdowns All Day was written, edited, and produced by me, and mixed and mastered by Matt Dwyer at Osiris Media. Barber and I would love to hear from you. Get us on the Touchdowns All Day hotline, 424-666-SIYD. Jon's at @BarberShreds, and I'm at FY Maxwell on all social platforms. And you can also find us at Touchdowns All Day on Instagram and at TDADBaby on X. I'll close out this episode as I do every episode of Touchdowns All Day by thanking our families and specifically our partners. That's Lisa Gutwillig, Deb Brownstein, Sandra O'Quinn, Angelica Magner, Andrea Rivers, and Avery McMahon. We truly couldn't do it without you. On behalf of John Barber, Alex Mazer, and the entire Touchdowns All Day family, this is Max Dawson saying see you next time.
Communicate.